welcome to the fileops MCP tech demo where we are addressing statelessness and context-rotten AI agents. What is the number one problem with AI agents today? Is that they're stateless, they forget, they don't usually have memory, they hallucinate, they become dumber with time due to context rot or context degradation, right? What if you could quickly load and save old chats? So by simply typing fileops quick load, I was able to recover an old chat and pull it into context. And you could do this across agents, right? So you could load the same thing um, into cursor and have it loaded. So here I have it load my CV and it can give me a detailed answer purely because where it knows where the file is. You can This has some emergent behavior. You can give it its own instruction set and it becomes like 10x better at doing file operation tasks, and it can even like teach you how to use the task. And so AI being a self-learning technology, you kind of get better at using it. Again, you can use it across multiple agents. Here it is working in Perplexity. It just returns all the short code that are written. What does this do for you? So it enables smart file operations, faster AI use, routine, and personality development. Uh, you can see I've asked it to review Tesla and Rivian Q3 files. It went through my file database, found the two files, and compared them, gave structured outputs. You can compare two files together. What you can also do is you can give it a prompt and get it to infer it in one shot. So you can see I gave it a meta prompt. It generated the final image prompt and then used that to generate the image. So just by typing a few lines, I was able to generate an image. Another emergent behavior is routines. I gave it a YAML file having stepwise information of what it should do. And then, okay, so step one is search step, second step is save step, and then loaded that YAML file. And it takes a bit of time, but I basically was able to do batch transactions and save a bunch of all my image files into one txt file. This allows us to learn, remember, and play with agents together. So an example of this again is init who am I, and I linked the who am I text file into the init document, and it now knows who I am, what my goals are, what I've been working on, and can help me build personal memories. So for example, I gave it Pajama Prophet, which is a book by Varun Maya that I admire, and asked it to read it. And now it has detailed information about that book. And then asked it again to read another book. So, for example, 1984 by George Orwell, right? Once this was done, I was able to have a conversation with it and recall an old conversation. So, this is me recalling the philosophical dilemma conversation that I had had with it earlier as a demo, and then learn it again. So now it knows, okay, yeah, we had a conversation about Pajama Prophet in 1984. And the next time, like just immediately in cursor, I can ask it, hey, remember my philosophical dilemma? And it knows it. So it knows that 1984 and Pajama Prophet was discussed in this conversation. So this allows us to create multi-agent communication. What I mean by that is, let's say, for example, maker checker concept. I loaded it into it some tasks or improvements suggested by cursor, and Claude can now check that and use fileops and come to a rational understanding of whether um, the decision was correct or not, rather than simply just agreeing with it. And I can obviously structure this better. All of this is just demo, and you can also do comparative. So I gave it the same file and copied pretty much the same prompt into two different agents. Here I'm asking it to find case law supporting an AI ethics argument, whereas on the other side, I gave Grok the mandate to research and defend Grok. So now you have both sides of the argument, and here statelessness was basically a feature, not a bug. Um, it works with pretty much everything. Here it is working with Kimi K2, and it comes with the GUI, so you can look at files if supported. You can open them, view them yourself. Here's my CV, and you can upload files by drag and drop or using the finder menu, and then just call it in any of your tools. Just be like, hey, you remember that file, and it'll remember it, provide context, tell you how to deal with it. It's just smart. So this is something that I've built, and I'd love for you all to tell me what I can do better and